Vietnam vets, guys, I'm very close to it, as I say. I was, James, I was a little young for that. I'm 65 right now, so I was a few years too young for Vietnam, and I was up in Canada. But I was surrounded by Vietnam guys. Had a lot of Vietnam guys in the 80s because I was in the car business. A lot of these guys went into the car business. Even Eddie Floyd went into the car business. So I knew a lot of these guys, and two of them, not many of them are still alive, but two of them, Agent Orange, died right in front of our eyes, and they're their 50s. But once you've heard, and only you can appreciate this, James, because Vietnam was the first technology war. You had like helicopters and wicked weapons, and the stories that these guys told me. These are the secrets from the Inside Campfire chats, and they're the chats that you and I and Val have had many times on previous radio shows. Once you've heard these guys' stories, you just can't believe what they went through, James, and you went through. These Vietnam vets, I made a quick note here today. In the state of Arizona, James, there are 454,620 military vets. So over 450,000. Wow. Yeah. Sadly, down 13% in the last 10 years because they're dying off. But what you mentioned to me a couple of weeks ago on the air, James, you were saying that barely over half of vets vote now. Was that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So putting that number, this is why I'm not just concerned, and this is a shout out. This is a shout out to all you guys listening tonight, and especially anyone in Arizona and anyone in some of these tight states. You got some wicked races in West Virginia going on. We got anyhow. So I'm saying, okay, 454,000 vets in Arizona. If barely over half of them, say 55%, that means 250,000 vets are not going to vote. And I'm saying you need to. Okay, we need to get, the guys in West Virginia, you know the Sheriff Mark Lamb's over here. We've got key races up in Nevada and elsewhere. These guys got to vote, okay, James? And they got to vote freedom, independence, 1A, 2A. And because there's no way a human being, if they're able to register, if they have a cell phone and an internet connection, everyone's able to vote. Everyone's able to vote. So that's my shout out of the day to potentially the 250,000 Arizona military guys that might not vote. How's that for a hard close right there, James, huh?